Wedgwood Warriors. Our positive message for this week is from Dalai Lama the 14th. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Today is National Telephone Day, and there are about 9.82 billion mobile phones around the world. Some actually predicted the landline will be obsolete by now, but there are still about 931 million landlines scattered around the world. Alexander Graham Bell had competition to be the first to invent the telephone, as there were 3 others who tried to file a patent, but Bell's attorney was the first to rush into the U.S. Patent Office in Boston.
This Thursday, April 28, we encourage you to engage in a small act of kindness for Global Pay It Forward Day. As someone extends kindness to you, you can respond by being kind to someone else. It can be as simple as a smile, a hug, a kind word, or a compliment. Can you imagine if everyone showed more kindness to others?
Yeah, it would be a better place.
It would.
On April 31st, National Oatmeal Cookie Day recognizes this delicious and nutritious cookie. This cookie have been around since the 1800s, and they are excellent sources of iron and fiber. Benefits include it may lower your cholesterol. Oatmeal reduces the risk of heart disease. It may even reduce your risk of cancer since it's a great source of fiber. Oatmeal is low in fat and low in calories. So bake up a batch and share with your friends and family.
Alexander Graham Bell was awarded the patent for the telephone on March 7th, 1876. But did you know that a year later, the White House installed its first telephone? The first mobile phone was invented in 1983, and the first smartphone was invented in 1994. Global Pay It Forward Day began in 2007, but did you know that the book Pay It Forward by Catherine Ryan Hyde was the inspiration for this event? It was even made into a movie in 2000. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Houston, we have a problem"? On April 13, 1970, Apollo 13 had one of its oxygen tanks blow up, and the crew was forced to abort their mission of landing on the moon. Their main concern was whether they could safely return home. The astronauts and mission controllers were able to come up with an emergency procedure to allow a successful re-entry into Earth's atmosphere.
Talking about phones, I almost got in trouble because I tried to talk to someone in the same room as me over the phone. It was a close call. Why did the cell phone have to wear glasses? Because it lost its contacts. I left my phone under my pillow last night, and when I woke up, it was gone. But there was 50 cents there. I think it was a Bluetooth fairy.
All right, so we are here with the 8th grade counselor, Miss Lee. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Micah?
I'm doing pretty good. We've got a really good interview for all of you guys today. We're going to be talking about the 7th graders this year have an opportunity to travel as 8th graders next summer. It's going to be a great trip.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I am so excited about this trip. I tell you, they will be going to Washington, D.C. and New York. The trip dates are June 1st through June 6th of 2023. Okay. So that gives us plenty of time to make sure that we are preparing everything that is needed for the students.
That is great. I'm so excited about this trip. This is a great opportunity.
Yes.
This is a very good opportunity. So what are the criteria to participate in the travel excursion? What are the criteria?
So we are looking to take the best of the best. So we expect for students to be passing all of their classes. We have to make sure that the students do not have too many absences. That's so important. Attendance is very, very important.
It is.
And those 2 criteria, we're going to be looking at that for next school year, because we realize it's not fair to go on the back history of this year. Now, this year, starting today, moving all the way through next school year, we're also looking at behavior. Okay. So if there are any behavior concerns, we want to make sure that we are not taking those students with us. As I stated, we're looking for the best of the best.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to trust that the students can self-manage.
Right. And we're going to be so far away from home, and that's very important. Okay.
Exactly.
It is. It's very important. So Tell us a little bit about what are the sites they're going to see. D.C., New York, 2 great American cities.
Yes.
Right? Very, very great destination.
Yes, so we'll spend 2 days and 2 nights in D.C. and then 2 days and 2 nights in New York. And we're going to see the Capitol. We're going to see Ellis Island, the Statue of Liberty. We'll have an opportunity to go backstage on a live show. So that's going to be pretty cool too.
It is. I know for us, it's like, that's going to be so cool.
That's right.
So
That's
cool.
right. We have a lot of monuments that we'll be visiting. We're going to see the African American Museum, the Holocaust, and the Smithsonian.
I know.
So I am like,
Museum is
yes,
so awesome. The Air and Space Museum, amazing.
Yes. So the students that will be attending, they will receive this packet. And it lists some of the destinations inside of the packet.
Okay, great. So how long is the trip? I know some people may ask, how long is the trip? I know you said 2 nights in D.C. and 2 nights in New York.
Yes, so it's a 5-day, 4-night trip.
Okay.
And as I stated, we'll spend 2 of those nights in D.C. and 2 in New York.
Okay, that's a good sized trip. It really is. So what is the cost of the trip? Some of the things like that. Let's get into that. What is that kind of stuff?
So right now, what we're asking the students to do is to pay $49 as a deposit. That secures your spot. And then we will have a parent meeting on April 28th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
just for attending the parent meeting. And they can attend either in person or virtually.
Okay.
The students are going to receive $100 off.
Oh, that's very nice.
We have several fundraisers that are planned where we can help to cover the cost. So if we do this right, there'll be a minimal expense for the family.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to encourage the students to do is to participate in our flag program. And there's a 1-800 number that's going to show at the bottom of the screen. It's 1-800-468-5899.
Yeah.
And you'll want to enter the trip ID.
Okay.
It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. The parents have to be the one to call, not the student.
Not the kids.
And it's only a few minutes, and it's first come, first serve. So we are strongly encouraging students to go ahead and have your parents call as soon as possible.
Right.
And then between the $49.99 and then the $100 off for the parent meeting, they're also receiving another $150 off if they sign up before next school year. So if they sign up before the first day of school, they'll receive another $150 off of their trip. And then the flag program will cover a portion. And once we find out how much is left for all of the students, we're going to total that up, and then that's what we will be working on for fundraisers so that we can cover the remaining costs.
That's good. So are there any criteria for flag? Is there any criteria for that? Just talk about that for us.
You know, the exciting part about that is that you just have to be in K-12, you know.
Right.
So we meet that.
Yeah, of course.
And then you have to have a family income of $85,000 or less.
Okay.
And you know, if there are any students that are left out of that category, once we have an idea of how much each one of our students that are participating needs for their trip, that's what we will be working toward.
Okay. That sounds really good. And the trip ID, can you tell us what that is? The trip ID, just talk to us about that.
Yes, the trip ID is 202801, and that lets them know that they will be traveling with our group. So it's very important that you have the trip number. It is listed on the information in this packet, and also it is listed on our flag insert that we will be giving to each student that is interested in participating.
Okay, I would say go to the counselor's office and get more information on the packet, get all that, the trip ID. The number was on the bottom of the screen, so you can see that. So yeah, definitely go to her office to get more information on that indeed. So who can go on the trip? Is it only students? Can parents go? We're looking for volunteers, stuff like that, chaperones?
Yes. So the trip is open to families and the teachers, and then students as well. So we want to go and really have an exciting time.
Yeah. That's really good. That's great. So you talked about fundraising. Do you have any fundraising ideas that you guys are talking about? Because I know we were talking about some yesterday. But
Yes.
Yeah.
We do have some planned. We're planning on a garage sale.
Yeah, that's good.
Car wash.
Okay.
We have some sales, like items to sell that we are looking into as well. We have some businesses that are interested in giving donations,
which is good.
and so we will be working with those. Those are some of our community partners. And we're always welcome to additional ideas. If there are any parents or teachers and students who have ideas about what we can do to raise money to help support the trip, we're open to new ideas.
Absolutely. Well, this is great. Thank you for sitting
Yes.
down with me. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.